man is back.
Oh, my gosh, the man got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash to Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare commentary video for you guys, and I'm still have to put that Microsoft Best Buy partnership or collaboration or deal, whatever you want to call it. I had to put it on hold for another week because two people said something very dumb in my opinion, and I want to talk about it. So one of them, I'm pretty sure if you're in the gaming community, you know, and the gaming community can be broken down into so many communities. But if you're in the gaming community, especially the streaming community, you know, we're talking Twitch and, you know, you could mention YouTube and Facebook gaming in there as well. So many people, yeah, there's some people that actually use that. But that's beside the point. They might have heard of one of these tweets. The other tweet, on the other hand, I don't think a lot of people have heard about it. But I heard about both of them from Review Tech USA. And the first one I'm going to talk about, I heard about that one, not only from Review Tech USA, but also from the Black Hokage as well. Because there's also something that the Black Hokage not only mentioned, but showed in his video where he covered this tweet that Review Tech USA did not cover, which I thought was very important and very relevant here and hilarious. So let's get into it. So the first tweet that we're going to talk about, however, is the lesser known one in my opinion. And this one is from somebody named Michael Pachter. Now, I'll be honest, I have no clue who this guy is. And yeah, I have no clue who he is. So, what did he say? He said, and I'm quoting here, this is a long paragraph right here. But he says, I don't really understand the whole hybrid concept. So he's talking about the Nintendo Switch. I think that was something Iwata, somebody from Nintendo, did to differentiate the Switch, and he wanted to have a console that could go back and forth from console to portable. But I don't think most people play it in both modes. I would say that maybe 20% of the Switch online, Switch owners, play both modes, and I think most Switch owners play handheld only. So I honestly don't understand the whole point of the hybrid. Who cares? Play as a handheld, and Nintendo isn't that smart. Okay, that part's true. So you never know what they would do next. But I think the smart thing would be to get rid of the Switch console and only have the Switch Lite. Get rid of the docking station, get rid of the plan on the TV, maybe offer a Fire Stick style dongle for those who do want to play it on the TV. But I just think that a portable only Switch makes the most sense. It's the cheapest to make, and they could make the screen nicer and the build quality better. So here's the thing about that. And I'm going to go back to a couple of weeks when I talk about how we need to get rid of these old white men out of Congress. Mostly because they stuck in their racist ways. Like they believe in slavery. They believe in the Jim Crow's laws. And they want to keep minorities, especially black people, down. So why did I mention that? Well, another reason why I said that is because they do not have any idea what's going on with society. They have lost touch with society. They don't know what's in. They don't know what's out. You know, they don't know what's quote unquote hip, so, and things of that nature. And they really don't. And this does not just goes for the government. This goes for corporate heads as well. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. Here's a perfect example right here. Now, in terms of every Switch owner, which one do they mostly play their Switch console as? Off the TV or as a handheld? Yeah, it might be a handheld because it's nice to, yeah, carry it around all the time and blah, blah, blah. But to say completely get rid of the TV version because nobody plays it, that's utter BS right there. Because I'll be honest, I'm the perfect example of this. I got a Switch, not a Switch Lite, but a regular Switch, and it stays on the TV. It stays on TV. When I first got the Switch, yeah, I was going back and forth, but nowadays, it's TV. Without question, it's TV. Now, I'm going to admit, there'll be sometimes where I want to watch a game on TV, and I'll take the Switch. That's not true. You say, yeah. There'll be times where I'll take the Switch off and play it my Switch, and watch whatever it is that I want to watch on TV at the same time. So yeah, even though I haven't done that in a good minute, but so basically I'm more of a TV guy. But then after that, I would say I'm more of a both type of guy. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a handheld only type of guy. And here's another reason why this is a stupid comment that he made. So there's a little DLC that just came out last week called The Crown Tundra. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is a DLC that was just released for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Granted, yes, it costs money to get, but I got the DLC bundle before the first DLC dropped. So I got both of them for the price of one, $30 or whatever. So, and it's huge. It's really, really big. A lot of people who have the game got the DLC and is playing it and streaming it on Twitch. Now, here's the thing about streaming a Nintendo Switch game of any kind on Twitch. You need the original Switch. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it on the Switch Lite, but it's much easier to do with the regular Switch. So that shortest Switch consoles that was occurring a number of months back, and this was when I think either Pokemon Sword and Shield first came out, or when the first DLC dropped, that shortage happened. Yeah, because everybody wanted the obviously it happened for the Switch and the Switch Lite, but a lot of people wanted the original Switch so they can stream it. There's a lot of streamers out there that plays Pokemon and play other games on the Switch, and it's easier to live stream it off the TV as opposed to the handheld version. So his comment is stupid. And I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but it's not factually correct. It's not, as a whole, it's not factually correct. There's a lot of people, now again, the majority do play handheld, but don't say nobody plays it off the TV. Matter of fact, let me see. He said that maybe 20% of Switch owners plays both mode. And he thinks most Switch owners play handheld only. So I'm like, so you think nobody playing on the TV? It's stupid, and it's really, really stupid. So it makes no sense. He don't have his facts straight, and that comment is not factually correct, not at all. So there's that quote. Now I don't know where that quote is at. I don't think it's on Twitter because it's long. So I don't think it might be on Twitter. And then he just meshed it up into one comment. But either way, that statement made by Michael Pachter is incorrect without question. Now let's get to the other one. So this one was definitely a tweet. This was done by Alex Hutchinson. So y'all probably know what I'm referring to. So here's what happened. He said, and I quote, now this is in response to Twitch going after streamers for playing copyright music on their live stream. So they'll give them a penalty, or they take their channel down for a certain amount of time, or they take it out completely, whatever the case may be. That's another topic I'm going to get into in a second. But he said, streamers worry about getting their content pulled because they use music that they didn't pay for. It should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. And I'm like, okay, some of these games are free, but there's other games where you gotta pay $60 for, or measly $5, whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna ignore that because he kind of explains himself with that one. But let's continue on. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. The real truth is the streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use. And in case y'all wondering who the hell is Alex Hutchinson, well, he was, I don't know the whole truth behind this part coming up. Either he is or he was, past tense, a Google Stadia developer. Apparently that's not the case anymore. So here's the whole thing that's funny about this tweet, or these two tweets rather. He's complaining about streamers live streaming themselves playing video games. And there's a number of things off with these tweets. One, it made from a guy who at the time was a Google Stadia developer. So for those of you who don't know, guess who owns Google Stadia?
Oh my gosh.
Duh, Google. So you know what else Google owns? YouTube. Yeah, Google on YouTube. You know what a lot of people like to do on YouTube? They like to live stream video games. Yeah, it's not just Twitch. It's not just Twitch, even though he didn't say Twitch, but he referred to what Twitch is doing with the music. He started off by saying that streamers worry about getting their content pulled because they use music they didn't pay for. So he obviously referring to those who have issues with Twitch pulling their content, whatever the case may be, for using copyright music. But I'm like, people do live stream on Google, and a number of people live stream video games on Google. And guess what? Google makes money on YouTube. And Google makes money off of that. So you're basically trying to compromise Google making money. And you're supposed to be a Google Stadia developer. And yet you're trying to compromise your own company. Like, that makes no sense at all. Like, none. Nada. Zero. Zilch. And I thought that was pretty funny. So there's that. Another thing that's off with this comment is this. So here's another thing that's another thing that was off about that comment. A number of these publishers and developers, they have a page, like a private policy page on their websites that says, hey, we allow streamers to showcase our video games in their live streams. So that's there. That's a policy. So they are accepting it. And you know what's another thing that's, speaking of that, you know what's another thing that's off with Alex comment or tweet? So here's a nice little feature that Twitch like to do. If you're playing a game, not for every single streamer, but there's some streamers where this is possible, I believe. If you're watching somebody playing a game, there will be an option for you to buy the game. Again, there's an option for you to buy the game just because you watch somebody else live stream. And now, so why would developers and publishers go away from that? Because you can best believe if these streamers have to all of a sudden pay licensing fees for these games, and then here's another reason why this is a dumb trick, because these publishers and developers you're speaking of, they get free publicity. They get free publicity from streamers playing the game. Like, yo, man, check this out. I'm playing Pokemon Sword. It's a great game. It's a phenomenal game. Is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. Get the DLC. It's worth it too. And guess what they're doing? They're selling the product for the developers and the publishers. Why would the developers and publishers turn away from that? It's easy money for them. Easy money for them. And they don't have to do much. They just make the game, have fun with it. And then they get more money because that one person is live streaming it. And they basically saying, yo, y'all should get this game. This game is really fun. And other people is like, oh man, that game do look fun. Let me go get it. I mean, common sense. Common freaking sense. So it's like, why would you want to go away with that? Because again, if these streamers all of a sudden have to pay a license fee to live stream these games, one, they're not going to do that. And two, you're going to miss on all that free advertising and that free feature where some average Joe shows up to a live stream, watch them play it, and then they can get a link to be sent to the store to buy the game themselves. So that would be gone. And three, just to spite some of these developers and publishers, they might not even buy the game at all. Why take a lot away and risk all of that just so they can have a license? Nobody, like no streamer, especially not a small-time streamer, not even a medium-sized streamer, they're not gonna pay a license fee. I'm not even sure most big-time streamers would do that. They can live stream something else and they'll be just fine. Most of them. So why risk it for the developers and publishers? And you know how this tweet blew up? Somebody by the name of the Daniel Johnson Massacre saw that tweet, retweeted it, and added this on top of that. Speaking of things people don't want to pay for, how's Stadia doing? How's Stadia going, rather? It's pretty funny. That tweet was pretty funny. Because, yeah, how is Google Stadia going? Last time I heard, Google abandoned it. I mean, it's not going too good. It's not doing good at all. And I knew it wasn't going to do good. I was like, yo, do not get Google Stadium. That crap is trash. Don't get that shit. And guess what? Not a lot of people got that shit. Because it is trash. And I thought that, and you know what the funniest thing about all that? This guy who said that tweet, not the how Stadia doing tweet, no, the Alex. He then turned around and said, "Hey, I'm about to live stream Fall Guys. Don't watch me stream it." And it was funny. And then somebody said, "Yo, so do you have a license with the creators of Fall Guys?" No, they actually tagged Fall Guys like, "Yo, did he paid for a license to live stream your games?" And so, I don't know who said that, but somebody did say that, asking the creators of Fall Guys that question. And I thought that was pretty funny. So again, like a number of these people who are within the industry or within these companies, whatever the case may be, saying some dumb shit because they lost track, they lost touch, or they never had touch, or never had a tracking with society. Now, I'm not saying society is perfect. Oh, no. Like, oh, man, I get easily past society nowadays for how sensitive and how soft it is. But that's another story for another day. But again, to make comments like these, like the comments that Alex and Michael made, they have no clue what is going on with society. None. Especially in the gaming community. They have no clue what's going on. None whatsoever. And these comments are just ignorant at the highest degree. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stimulate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.